Welcome back. Now, as is the case when you're going abroad, there are certain things you have to check on your vehicle. So the first thing here is, as we're going to Spain, is I need another UK sticker, even though I got a registration plate with UK on it. Something else to check is the status of sat-navs and dashcams. Now, the top section here is all about sat-navs and what you are and what you're not allowed to do on them, particularly in relation to speed cameras. And I'm not even sure how you deactivate the cameras, especially in France, Germany and Switzerland, look. And then there's a section about Spain, right at the bottom there, which I'm quite happy. Mine's legal, I can use the dash cam. But that would not be the case in both Austria, Portugal and Luxembourg, and some pretty hefty fines look as well. And so going back to Spain again, on the back of the caravan, because of the length, I need to fix some safety boards to the back of the caravan. Now I can have either one single really long board or two small ones, and they have to be made of metal, etc. Now, the Caravan Club have made it slightly better in so much that they have a partnership with HDV Direct here to take away all the pain because they have those boards. And so duly purchased, those were $39.67. Strange figure, but there we go. Okay. Now, let me show you this. So, with regards to Spain, what I've had to do is organise some boards for the back of the caravan, which is a legal requirement when you're over a certain length. So I've got them. I'm just going to fill that off. There's two in here. I'm just going to open this packet. You'll be able to see that. That's two of them. Well, let me just take one out. And you can see it does shine a little bit. Okay, let's undo the plastic wrapping on this. I presume that this is self-adhesive. Tape. Let's just have a look. Where's the end? Yeah, that side's sticky. Yeah, it's self-adhesive that side, so I presume that comes off as well. And then on the board you just stick it around the edges. Give it a bit of air. Okay. Straightforwardish, I suppose. Now, they're not that big. So what you can do is you can have one great big one, which has to be horizontal. So I know that this height here is the minimum to the ground, so that's to say, and then I can put the boards anywhere above that. Trouble is, this bends in and back out again. I could put one there, I kind of stick them on. I can't obscure the light on either side. So with one board you can do that. Now with two single ones, what you can do is you can put them vertically. So I could pop them in there. It has to be symmetrical. You can't really do that. Got the handle, I suppose it could go there. It could kind of work. Or I don't take the bike. Now if I do take the bike, I suppose we could fit them to the bike itself, not take the cover, or take the bike off and the rack off and fit them in that gap. They could go, well, vertical there and there. I think that's probably, if you're going to do that, probably there and there would be useful. Because I could just drill a couple of holes in there. And that would put it on within limits at the right height. Actually, I can put it on there. That would do it. Put one there. If I take the bike, maybe that's the best way, and I don't need to fix anything to the caravan. Just put one there for a minute. Whereas I didn't take it at all, they would be there. It says 50 centimetres, so I can't even put it on the two bits either side of the number plate. All the white bits either side. Bike, I think. Now you see, that's another option. All I've done is taken the bike off, and I thought, oh, I can't use the bike rack. Well, what I did was undo that a little bit, so I can slide it in. And see, look. See, I managed to get all that in there. Same the other side. Then I could cable tie them to the top and they ain't going anywhere. And that is below the two markers. That is fine. I think that's the answer. Yeah, that will do the job. Drill a hole in there through that corner. So stick a little cable tie in there. Drill a couple of holes either side of that. Same on the other side. Yeah, away we go. Okay. There's one there. Spin that around. And same this. And then the other one. And then the other one there. Right. Let's look for this up and see what happens. Yep, there we go, all on. And now I haven't done those up because we'll save them for when we get there, I suppose. But you can see I've just put the cable ties through loosely. Not actually done them, but that'll hold on quite nicely. Same the other side. Yeah, cool. Through there, they ain't going anywhere. Yeah, I think that'll do the job quite nicely. Let's just zoom out a little bit. It's not quite smack in the middle because if you look at the Swift logo, just slightly over to the left, off centre, but you know, that'll do the job, I think, because that number plate is the lowest point and the highest point is actually where they are. There's little black markers back there. That's the height, the 150 mil, so they're at the highest level. But you can't stick them on down the bottom. It's got a natural bend in it. Same here. Oh, that's all right, isn't it? Yeah, you can easily see that. And it's the right height, just the job. Now, one of the things I was checking was the warning triangle. As you can see on here, Spain's at the top of the tree here. Needs a first aid kit, got one of those. High visibility, got one of those. Needs two triangles, which I've got, and the daytime running lights need to be on. But however, there is a star, and that alluded to this bit at the bottom. I'd never heard of a V16, have you? This won't affect our trip, but one of our subscribers did comment and they're going Christmas this year, so they better take note. Now, doing a bit more research, if you just look at the description bit at the bottom here, basically this is a puck-sized device with a magnet on it. You stick it on the roof of your car. So in actual fact, looking at it, I'm going, no, actually that's a good idea, that. Probably about time it's rolled out to the rest of Europe, methinks. Get rid of triangles. 1 second, Steve. What if you've got a caravan stuck not 10 foot away from the back of your car? It says that you've got a full 360-degree view, but you won't have, will you? Because the caravan's going to be covering it, so nobody behind you is going to see it. So these things have batteries, and just doing a quick general cost exercise, something around about a tenner, although Amazon in the middle there want to charge 25 quid for that one, whatever that is. And so we move on to low emission zones. Now, the key thing for me is that I already have a critter, a French sticker on my car. And as you can see right smack in the middle of the writing there, vehicles with a French number plates cannot purchase a Spanish sticker. However, the French critter sticker is recognised in Spain, and there's mine. Now, interestingly, not that I do plan on going to Barcelona, but if you did, you would have to pay a fee of €7 and register your car online, so be careful. Now, I have had a look. If you have go back to that Green Zones apps that I got before, it does tell you where the low emissions zones are. As you can see, there's quite a few of them in Spain, so we're only looking at the north coast. But yeah, there we go. You need to be aware. Well, I hope you found that useful. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.